That's how sensitive they are. This one is on an angle, so it's kind of hard to get it to bounce that way. That was my backbeat kick. This one here says DRUMMZ 2. I want to see what kit this one is. This is one of the newer kits I just designed with my new kit. You know what I'm saying? My main man here with me right now. We here at Madman Studios. You got the opportunity to hear me play on the new Madman kit that just came out. It's a 13-inch floor tom with the new MDS system in it. That stands for multi-dimensional suspension system. That's designed so when I have these racked onto the rack, and because electronic drums function off of vibration, they use piezos and cones, that you can trigger another instrument by being too close, by picking up the vibration of the other instrument. So what happens is that if I hit this one real hard, this one might trigger, and you don't want this to trigger, you only want this one to trigger. So what happens when you get a bigger set, most people would take these and they'll put them on their own individual legs or plates so the vibration won't be heavy on each instrument. But I designed my own system, which is called the MDS system, which I just told you, the multi-dimensional suspension system, which utilizes, as it says, multiple suspension units in a dimension of circulation. So that causes the vibration to be more directly focused in one area instead of the whole area, which will cause it to vibrate more. So the suspension system do that. That's multi-lever suspension systems, that each one will withdraw a certain amount of vibration, and each one would absorb that vibration, so it causes it to have a nice little smooth response like this. No matter how hard you hit, if you look at the triggers, it's not triggering no other drum. Now with this rack being on a rack, usually this would be on the ground, but I designed this unit system here that I have it braced on also with my set. I designed this to go with floor toms, you know, and it's a very unique system itself. I didn't make these. These were, I purchased these individually though, but I used them in a different fashion than anyone else has used them before. Let's say that. I mean, but I didn't actually create these. They were already designed. I just used them for a different particular reason. And I have both of them matching, and really it's all no shaking. Look at that. None of the rest of my kit is really moving. That's awesome. These move. This one moves more than this, and this is bigger and larger and heavier. So now I get all natural. Listen to that. From low, soft notes, to louder, medium, to high. No hot spot. dramatically hard in the middle and hit the center. There's no way around that. But naturally playing it, even if you hit it that once, no hot spot. They all come out together. You don't hear no spike. A hot spot is when one particular note is just totally louder than the rest of them, like a dynamics, but it's a pitch and it's a spike. But see, there's no spike to these. And that's the center, as you can see. He has it on video. There's no spike to that. You hear each note the same. They're all coming out evenly. It's not no boom, 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 boom. It's boom, 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 boom. Basically almost all at the same level. So it's no spike. I just got done designing my own cymbal now. This is rolling cymbals here. I use these because they're the best on the market right now besides ATV. That's my own personal opinion. You know, through doing research, a lot of hours of research and playing them also. I noticed that the best actual cymbals out there, electronic cymbals today, are ATV and Roland at this point, and that's my own personal opinion again. Now, right here, you'll see I'm designing my own. I don't want to go. Well, I don't want to get into that right now. I guess I'll just block that for now because it's not complete, and I don't want nobody to steal my idea. But it's already in it. But they don't really know what's actually taking place with that. They just see it. But yeah, the next project that we have going on will be the 18-inch bass drum that's going to be added to this kit. Now, this kit is a custom kit. No, we didn't actually make the rim, the skin, the metal, the bolts. No, all that was purchased, but everything else is custom. You know, the skins, the mechanics that's in there, all the design, all the electronics that's built inside here, they all have my MDS system in them, and that's my own patent, my own design. So, I mean, surely you can buy a drum and convert it over, but that doesn't make it, you know, it's not just based on you just take an electronic set and put a piezo or a cone on it and, you know, just bang, because, you know, there's levels of professionalism that you want to use in the studio. And when you're using these electronic drums in the studio, they have to be very precise. I mean, you can't have false triggers. You can't have none of that. The drums have to play just like if you were playing an acoustic set, you know, at least close to it. It's going to be some editing, and that's in any kit, though. Even in a acoustic kit, if you play, sometimes you have to edit the notes. Some are just dynamically too loud. You might have to use the compressor to lower them. But the point I'm making is you can't have no forced triggers. You can't have a cymbal hitting or a tom you're playing this one, and this one over here is triggering and causing false notes, because when you're recording them into your whatever DAW that you're using, whether it's Pro Tools, Reasons, FL Studio, it doesn't matter. You know, you're going to show, these notes are going to show up through MIDI. And you definitely don't want them to show up audio, because if they're in their audio, then, you know, it's going to be hard as heck to get it out of there, especially if you're running in stereo. You know, so you want every drum to be really professionally leveled off. You want that cone to be precise. You want them notes to hit. You don't want no extra vibration, and that makes the difference between different drum levels and drum sets. You can buy a electric drum set for about $300, and that's exactly what you'll get, a $300 drum set. You know, the sounds aren't going to be great, which you already know that. It's going to be a lot of things that you're not able to do with them. You may not even have, you know, be able to touch them and stop them. And different levels of, like I said, of sound quality, the quality built of the material, how long it's going to last. You know, them might last you 6 months and that's it. They're all tore up. They may be hard rubber pads. You know, these are very nice mesh heads. These are the rolling mesh heads. These are the power ply. and they're one of the most expensive ones that they have out there. Okay, one of these skins this size can run you $60 just the skin on, you know, alone, just the mesh head on here alone. Now, we have, and they're, like I said, these are custom. Everything, electronics in it, you know, they were, these drums, even though they were already made, they were reconstructed because certain things has to be done to convert them over to electronic from acoustic. If you're interested in getting any, this is the snare. Tom. That's the 8-inch. It's nice. Now this Tom here is the only one that's not positional sensitive. And the only reason I didn't make it positional sensitive because it's so small. It's only an 8-inch Tom. And most of the time you're not going to be really doing too much major work on this, you know, instead of going on around on the drums, you know. These are more positional sensitive because you might want to, because it's enough space in between the edge to the center to really hear the distinction in just it being this. See, this still has, you hear a sound, but it's not positional sensitive. But it's too short, like from here to there. That's the only difference you're going to really hear. So with these ones, it gets wider, and then here, this is also positional sensitive. The more you move, the closer you move in, the changes the sound of the drum. I didn't create positional sensitive. I guess Roland did because their actual modules has that positional sensitive built into it. But if your electronic drum is not built and equipped, you know, it won't work with Roland. It won't work with Yamaha. It won't work with Alesis. It's different ones that your kits will work with. And like I said, the more professional kits are more detailed. They're more precise. They're you know, they have better cones. They're different type of piezos. They're different type of cones. There's many type of cars. Hey, you can get a Neon. It's a car. And then you can buy a Bentley. It's still a car. But there's a big difference between a Neon and a Bentley. Yeah. 2020, baby. Matic Man, my main man, Peace out.